Coming up on Golf Central, Tiger Woods on the prowl at Torrey Pines. The 7-time Farmers Insurance Open winner trying to kick off another comeback this week at a place that's been very kind to him. A few days after winning his second PGA Tour event, Jon Rahm now has a chance to move to the world's #1 ranking. He'll have to defend his title at Torrey Pines to do it. And Joaquin Niemann punching his ticket to the 2018 Masters by winning the Latin America Amateur Championship. Highlights and reaction from Chile in this hour on Golf Central.
Golf Central.
Tiger Woods missed the cut at the Farmers Insurance Open last year and then had spinal fusion surgery that sidelined him the rest of the year. On Tuesday, he was back at Torrey Pines, preparing for his latest comeback, looking fit and ready. But what should we expect? With that, welcome into Golf Central. I'm Whit Watson. A lot to get to in this hour. We start with the former world #1 and 14-time major champion, who's hoping that this comeback lasts longer than some of the previous ones. With more, we go to Torrey Pines and join George Savaricas, who followed Tiger in La Jolla.
Yeah, Whit, it appears to be that there's a lot of reason for optimism with this comeback from Tiger Woods. It all started at the Hero World Challenge, and then what we saw on Tuesday in his practice round where he played 9 holes with Jason Day and Bryson DeChambeau. Tiger looked comfortable, healthy, and swinging free. If we go from tee to green, Tiger did have some issues with the driver at times, got a little loose on a couple tee shots. They played the back 9 on the south course. Woods also, I heard that he's still doing a little testing with his 3-wood to try and get that really dialed in. He hit a number of 3-woods off the tees on the back 9. It seemed to be, though, that he was able to make full swings with the club head speed that we were accustomed to seeing at the Hero World Challenge, where it was in excess of 120 miles at times. As far as his demeanor, it was neat to see him just joking around with Jason Day and Bryson DeChambeau. It looked like a bunch of guys just having fun on a Tuesday morning out there. Bryson said he really wanted to pick the brain of Tiger Woods. That's why he texted him to play a practice round with him, considering Tiger's won here 8 times. As far as his short game, Woods had said he hasn't really chipped off ryegrass in about a year since his last start on the PGA Tour was at Torrey Pines last year in 2017. So he spent a lot of extra time around the greens, hitting some chip shots and some bunker shots. And Bryson said just watching him roll the ball with the putter, you can see why he's won here 8 times. He's absolutely amazing on these type of greens. Woods was the last off a number of holes, hitting some extra practice putts to try and make sure that he looks as sharp as possible in advance of Thursday's opening round in the Farmers Insurance Open. As far as any discomfort with the back, a bunch of people are asking me on Twitter, how'd the back look? Did he wince in pain at all? That would be a resounding no. Even out of some tough lies in the rough, Tiger was able to swing pretty free and easy and Whit for the first time in a long time. It looks like you can call Tiger healthy at the moment.
Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights, George and Brian, as we bring in Brian Bateman with the practice round. This was at 12, and the play out of the rough is going to be a big question because it is pretty gnarly at Torrey Pines.
And this was an early indication, Whit, of making a full swing out of some thick rough here at Torrey Pines, something he's going to have to deal with just like any other players in the field. How does it feel? Did it hurt? Did it bother him? Looked like to me right there plenty of speed through the ball, and then once again spending some time around the greens, getting to know the speed of these greens at the south course. As George alluded to, chipping out of this ryegrass, just overall being out there with his buddies, playing a practice round, but also doing his homework. Obviously, he's got plenty of success here and knows this golf course well, but it's still important. This is his first time back to Torrey Pines since this time last year. Here he is at the par 5 13th, giving it a go with his 3-wood. So making some full swings, hitting some chip shots, putting from different areas where he knows these hole locations will be once the tournament starts. All in a day's work for homework for Tiger Woods through these 9 holes.
Take a look at the short game again. As you saw from the graphic, this was the 13th, the par 5. Short with his second and leaving it short with his third. But as George alluded to and as Bryson DeChambeau witnessed today, he is a wizard on these greens. A lot of experience and a lot of success. And even in a casual practice round, a lot of putts going down. Good news for Woods. As we've said before, the short game tends to be the last thing to come back when you've had a long layoff. Yes, there's concern about the full swing because of the injuries, the spinal fusion, but in terms of around the green, how important is that going to be for him this week?
I think it's going to be terribly important just because of the difficulty of these golf courses. You have the South course that obviously has been very difficult since the 2008 U.S. Open when it was redone. But now you have the North course that they've increased the length, they've increased the rough. Getting to know the speeds of the greens, the differences between the North and the South. He goes off very early tomorrow in the Pro-Am, I think it's 6:40 local time. So he's going to have a chance in the morning to see what it feels like to try to get loose with this marine layer that comes in and off the ocean at the North and South courts here at Torrey Pines. Get to know the differences in the greens, get some work in, and I think that's the most important thing for Tiger Woods is to be able to practice before and after his round and see how this back really feels.
7-time winner at the Farmers Insurance Open, also has that 2008 U.S. Open win on that venue. More on that coming up in this hour. Favorable grouping, well, of course it is. This is the courtesy afforded to a 7-time champion. Tiger playing alongside Patrick Reed and Charlie Hoffman. They will go off at 1:40 p.m. Eastern Time on the South course. 1 year ago, Jon Rahm made a downhill 60-foot eagle putt on the 18th hole to secure his first PGA Tour win at this event, the Farmers Insurance Open. Rahm, the former top-ranked amateur from Spain, just beginning his PGA Tour career, and what a career it's been in such a short time. Rahm now with a chance to take over the world's #1 ranking. In order to do that, Rahm has to successfully defend his title at the Farmers Insurance Open. That is no easy task against a stacked field this week, which includes Tiger Woods. With more on Rahm, we go back to Torrey. Once again, we join George Savaricas.
With the defending champ and Jon Rahm, John, the big news today with the win, it looks like you could become world #1. How surreal is it that that goal is that close to being achievable?
I mean, I could or will I? Because I've heard different things.
Yes.
I can.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, to be honest, it's something I don't want to think about at a tournament. Becoming #1 in the world is one of my goals, and I hope it happens someday. I didn't expect to be in this position, second, third week of the year, but I'm sure glad it happens. It means that things are going well, and it's an extra motivator to work hard and someday maybe get there.
Kind of a new experience this week of your first time defending a title as a pro. What's the mindset going in, coming off of a victory last week?
Oh man, there's a lot of things that pile up, right? I mean, defending champion. I'm the latest PGA Tour winner. If I win, I get to #1 in the world, and #2 right now. I'm the only 4th Spaniard to get in this point in the world rank. It's just so many things that keep adding up that it kind of makes it somewhat easier to just forget about all things, because I can't think of everything at once. But it sure is great to be back here. I love Torrey Pines. I love this golf course. I love San Diego. I love this area. I come here a lot, and there's nothing but positives. It almost feels like home, and hopefully I can perform like last year.
Yeah, last question. Obviously, a lot of eyes on you this week. The return of Tiger as well. What's it like seeing the additional attention that the tournament's getting, and with obviously Tiger's return?
Tiger Woods is huge for the game of golf. It magnifies everything. It makes everything so much bigger and so much more important than any of us could right now. So it's great for all of us. It's great for the game of golf. And I hope, like many other golfers, that he can get in contention. Not only that, but he can get to win a tournament this year. And I feel like that would be great for all of us.
When we say a stacked field, we're not just whistling Dixie here. Ricky Fowler, Patrick Cantlay, Xander Schauffele going off together on Thursday. Mickelson, Matsuyama, Justin Rose. Rahm, the defending champion, playing alongside Jason Day, former world #1, and Brandt Snedeker. Patrick Reed, Charlie Hoffman joining Tiger Woods on the South course as our coverage comes Thursday at 2:30 Eastern. Still to come on Golf Central, we revisit Tiger's historic win at the 2008 U.S. Open, his last major championship. It came at this very same venue. And elsewhere in the world, Sergio Garcia has red-hot form as he moves to his title defense at the Omega Dubai Desert Classic, trying to jumpstart 2018 the way he did in 2017.